I was only 12 when he passed away, and our family's recollections are that he himself was very reluctant to speak about it. Perhaps it's a trauma that, almost forces you to close that part of your mind. So all that we know about him and his presence is from actually my grandmother, who was the one who would hear the tales from him during their early years. He had gone to Jallianwala Bagh with two of his friends. Both died. He himself was knocked unconscious in the stampede and given up for dead. And he walked away from that. And once he recovered and so on, he wrote this long poem, like a ballad, called Khooni Vaisakhi. And soon after it was published, it was banned by the British, and pretty much all copies were confiscated. So for the next 60 years in our family, we just knew that our Bauji had written this Khooni Vaisakhi. And now, when the centenary was approaching, I thought, let me see if we can get his message to a wider audience through a translation in English.
We're inspired there.
It is indeed a pleasure to join you today to celebrate this historic book. This is a book that all should read, as I believe that it is destined to become an important reminder of Indian ingenuity, strength, unity, and unique national character. This translation so clearly conveys the richness of emotions and heartbreak experienced by the Indian people.
There's an atonement that Britain needs to come to with its history, which is much wider than just Amritsar. And anniversaries like this should prompt the British to think about how they feel about their history and how they want to engage with the rest of the world in relation to it. But I'm not entirely convinced that an apology would do justice to the scale of what the kind of wrongs that Britain perpetrated in India.
There's a section on the soon after the firing has taken place. That narrow lane to enter the Bagh, sealed off on Dyer's command, my friends. No exit, no escape, no way out was left, making the Bagh a deathly trap, my friends. A fortunate few somehow survived, while most died then and there, my friends. Some ran with bullets ripping their chest, stumbling to their painful end, my friends. Others caught the bullet while running away, dropping lifeless in awkward heaps, my friends. In minutes the Bagh so strewn with corpses, none knew just who was who, my friends. So that's very powerful imagery that he uses to explain what he saw and what was happening. Multiple references to this, that don't forget the sacrifices of those who gave up their lives for India's freedom struggle. It's right there in the very first page, and it's there towards the end of the poem as well. So when you go towards the Golden Temple in Amritsar, Jallianwala Bagh is like 100 meters before the Golden Temple, and millions of people visit the Golden Temple, and they just give a glance to Jallianwala Bagh and pass by. And I think Jallianwala Bagh should be as important a place of pilgrimage for those who sacrificed for us. The other very strong message that comes through again and again is the remarkable spirit of unity between the Hindu, Muslim and Sikh communities in Amritsar at that point of time in 1919. The fact that the two tallest leaders were Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu and Dr. Satyapal, who led the marches and so on against the Rowlatt Act.